Hey everyone, Ruben here, Kindred Dog PDX. Here is the second video in our new how-to series. This one here we're going to talk about leashes and different leashes for different purposes. Okay, so to start off, we have little Mr. Kikoa over here. He's on a 6-foot leash. This here is like our standard for teaching the dog what we want them to do. So the way I like to hold the leash, we have this handle here. Put your thumb through the handle, close your fist, and now you have what is called a thumb lock. So this would really come into play when, say, you're out letting your dog go to the bathroom, maybe a squirrel or something comes out, the dog hits the end of the leash, but your thumb is anchored so that the dog is not going to slip out. We have definitely seen leashes, or heard actually, leashes coming off of the hand. If it's like this, we don't want to hold the leash wrapped up in our hand like so, because for us, this is conveying to the dog like we're expecting them to pull and we're already bracing for it. So we want to make sure that everything is nice and loose. So when we're training, we have the leash here, but I can, use my other hand to help pick up the slack. So, you can hold it like a mountain bike handlebar, like on a bike, or you can keep it nice and loose, and just use fingertips for moving the dog around. It would be like, Kikoa, here buddy, place. Good. And then if I want to ask him for a sit or something, I can come in, give leash guidance up to give him that sit. Yeah, good boy. Getting tired, buddy? Yes, let's go. So I can use this I can shorten up the 6-foot leash, I can lengthen it up, right? So Kikoa, here buddy, place. Good. Sit. Down. And then I can increase distance. Part of the training program, increase distance, duration, distraction, but do it incrementally. But you can do this, right? And I also like to have this hand in a position so I can scoop it up if I need to. If I'm walking around the dog, I can use this to not apply pressure, right? So the concept of the prong collar is to give direction, and that's what we teach him. So if he feels tension in this direction, he's going to respond to it, right? Good boy. So I want to be really careful about what my leash is saying to the dog. So I hoist it up so that I don't give any unnecessary information to have him get off the board accidentally, okay? So this is the 6-foot leash. It's a leather leash. You don't have to use leather leashes. We like them. They feel really nice in the hand, especially after, you've been using them for a while and they're starting to get just nice and soft, okay? So we're gonna leave him there. Other leashes that we like to use, so this here is a 4-foot leather leash. This would be our main walking leash. For us, I don't like to have a lot of leash in my hand when I'm walking with the dog. So with this, I can just fold it over. Using my thumb and index finger, I can give the dog information here. And likewise, I can always extend it, still utilizing the thumb lock thing when the dog is out going to the bathroom and whatnot, okay? So 4-foot leather leash, and even depending on the size of the dog, I might even go to a shorter leash, like a 3-foot leash. Again, just because I don't want to have a lot of leash in my hand, and these are like quarter-inch thick, and so they just feel really nice in the hand. Not very cumbersome. Not like this one, which is going to be like you know, wrapped up a couple of times over, you know, it still works. You don't have to use a 4-foot leash. You can absolutely use a 6-foot leash. These are just our preferences. The next leash that we utilize here is a Longline. This particular one comes from Sherry Lucas and Brian Agnew. This is their line of leashes called Lucas Agnew Leashes. You can find it on their website at, I believe it's lucasagnew.com. Or you can just search for Brian Agnew or search for Sherry Lucas and I'm sure it will come up. But these are a slip lead style Longline, okay? And they've got this little nice safety clip back here as well. So this would attach onto the flat buckle collar of the dog. And this is just to prevent the loop maybe from coming undone and the dog slipping out. If that was to happen, they're going to be attached to the flat buckle and therefore not be able to go away. So like I said, this one here is a 15-foot leash, and this would be our transitional leash between the 6-foot and this for recall practice. You know, and also just generally having the dog on a longer line gives them this idea that, hey, I'm free, I'm able to do whatever I want. So we can actually use this to really help proof training because there's just not that much leash guidance going on. When we use this, it goes around the dog's head, and we usually put it at the base of the neck. So this way, we don't accidentally hit the remote collar box or anything when we're practicing our recalls. I really just want the remote to do most of the work when we are using this tool. Okay, so this one here is a 15-foot slip lead style. It's like a climbing rope, you know, so it's got a little bit of I can't think of the word, but you know, if the dog was to hit the end of it, it would actually give a little bit, so that it's not just like so abrupt. Feels really nice in the hand. It does take a little bit of finesse when utilizing a long leash. There does take some skill in having good leash management practices. When I'm with the dog using this, I'll typically have the remote usually in this hand, and I'll have the handle around my middle finger like so. And what I'll do is I'll usually just wrap this up so the dog can take leash as needed. I can wrap it up as needed. I can utilize this second hand if so, like this. So the remote's here, and I can use this hand for even more guidance. Then I can drop it, pay them with the food when they come into me, you know, again, wrap it up. Everyone has got a different way of handling a longer leash. It does take some practice on how to manage it a little bit better, but this is something we utilize very often. Another thing you can use is just a standard leash clip, and you could put that onto the flat buckle collar of the dog. You know, we don't typically do that a whole bunch, but that is something that you can do as well, with just, you know, a regular 15-foot Longline, and you can get 30-foot ones, 50-foot ones. Again, that's all just transitioning for like off-leash reliability. Okay, so that is a quick overview of the leashes that we like to use. Any questions about that? You know, where we get them? We get our leather leashes from a company called Palmark, the same place that we get our Hermsprenger prong collars from. Again, this is located at, I believe it's lucasagnew.com, and you can even get shorter slip leads, you know, 3-foot ones, 4-foot ones, 5-foot ones, I believe. And then all the way up to the 15-foot, and you can get them in different colors. So there you have it, folks. That is a quick rundown of our leashes, how we use them, and yeah, I hope this was valuable for you. And as always, if this was valuable, share it, like it, subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. This way you can get updates on every new video that we post up with new tips, dog training stuff. So anyway, I hope you all have a great rest of the day, and we will talk to you later.